in the boys' game, but right there at center court, Brendan Linder went over 1,000 points. He's got a ton of records here at Pleasanton. He's averaging over 21 points a basketball game. So we came back on just time to see this young man being honored here on senior night, parents' night, however you want to look at it, as that's what's going on here. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the final stats of our girls' basketball game. Starting off here for Blue Hill, I had Megan Macklin come in and get a rebound. Avely Tepfer, 3 threes, 9 points, 7 rebounds. Addie Komacher, 2 threes, 6 points and a rebound. Anna Mead had a rebound. Lauren Komacher had the 2 threes, 6 points, 6 rebounds. Keisha Alber had 2 points and 2 rebounds. Ella Bren, 5 rebounds. Danny Menke, 4 rebounds. And leading the way, Sienna Malati had 15 points, 4 rebounds, and a block shot. 28 points in the first half, but just 10 in the second half, unfortunately. 38 points, 31 rebounds, 1 of 9 at the free throw line, 7 of 27 from three-point land. That included 1 of 9 in the second half. 1 block, 17 turnovers. 3 of those were in the first half. It is very rarely do you see the contrast. We know what happened, but then you just look at the stats and go, yep, all you had to do is show me the stats. I can tell you what happened in this ball game.
Right.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the final numbers here for Pleasanton. Kaylee Pierce had 9 points and 4 rebounds. 6 points for Lauren Wilson. She had 3 rebounds and a block shot. Emmy Westland got into double digits. She had 10 points, 1 rebound. Tenley Flood, 4 points. She led the team. Well, she was second on the team with 8 rebounds. She had a block shot. Brittany Riley led the team in scoring with 14 points, 1 rebound. Claire Arns had a rebound, and then we had Kenley Zwiener with 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 block shot. 25 points in the first half, 26 in the second half, 51 points, 27 rebounds, 7 out of 14 at the free throw line, 5 of 21 from three-point land, 3 block shots, and 13 turnovers in the ball game for Pleasanton as they improved to 13-8 with a 51-38 win over Blue Hill. We'll come back and tell you what's coming up on NCN besides the boys' game right after this.
This broadcast is brought to you by Axman Heating and Air, your Lennox dealer serving Pleasanton and the surrounding area. Blue Hill Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown store, 402-756-3811. And by Glenwood, your full-service telecommunications provider.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Community Partners, because your life matters and help is always here. And by Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. Now we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Doug Udicette-Denny, thanks to Custom Sports for bringing us the post-game of Game 1 tonight here in this out-of-conference matchup, Twin Valley versus Fort Kearney. Pleasanton winning it, and we'll talk about the boys here in a little bit, but Seth, is going to be the same situation. A couple of teams that are trying to get closer to 500 and need some positive momentum with an extra week to go, an extra game or two to go before the sub-districts.
So important. We said it with the girls' game. It's so important to really be playing your best basketball. If you can have everybody healthy at this time of year, that's what every coach wants. All hands on deck for sure. So, yeah, you look at Pleasanton. They'd lost a few, and then they did pick up a victory the other night in conference action in the tournament. So they got off the schneid a little bit there. We'll have to see what they do against a Blue Hill team that's also struggled a little bit, but trying to put things together as the season starts to wind down a little bit and head to sub-district play. Should be an interesting competitive game.
All right, again in the girls' game, 15 points for Sienna Malati, 9 for Avely Tepfer, and for Pleasanton, 14 for Brittany Riley, 10 for Emmy Westland, 9 for Kaylee Pierce, 8 points, 9 rebounds for Kenley's Wiener. Pleasanton wins it 51-38. We'll be back with boys coverage in just a few moments here on News Channel Nebraska Television.
Pre-game show is brought. NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Community Partners, because your life matters and help is always here. And by Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Do you know when the worst time to find out your sump pump isn't working? The day you need it. At John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, we're offering a $59 sump pump inspection, so you won't have to find a watery surprise in your basement after a storm. For just $59, our licensed and experienced service professionals will examine your sump pump, inspecting its major components, to ensure your sump pump is ready and working when you need it most. Hurry, this offer won't last long. John Henry's, serving your family since 1996.
This broadcast is brought to you by Phillips Insurance Agency in Pleasanton, Central Nebraska's trusted crop insurance specialist since 1979, and by Pleasanton Irrigation, a proud supporter of the high school teams and coaches servicing your pivots in Pleasanton and the surrounding area.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your hero.
Get behind the wheel of America's favorite truck with incredible offers available now at Woodhouse Ford. Lease the F-150 for $389 a month or save up to $15,000 off MSRP. Shop in-store or online today.
This broadcast is brought to you by Axman Heating and Air, your Lennox dealer serving Pleasanton and the surrounding area. Blue Hill Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown store, 402-756-3811. And by Glenwood, your full-service telecommunications provider.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is
so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Do you know when the worst time to find out your sump pump isn't working? The day you need it. At John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, we're offering a $59 sump pump inspection, so you won't have to find a watery surprise in your basement after a storm. For just $59, our licensed and experienced service professionals will examine your sump pump, inspecting its major components, to ensure your sump pump is ready and working when you need it most. Hurry, this offer won't last long. John Henry's, serving your family since 1996.
NCN Sports is presented by Teammates. Join the team. Be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today. Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com.
And welcome back, everyone, to Pleasanton for Game 2 of tonight's NCN Tuesday night doubleheader as the Pleasanton Bulldogs take on the Blue Hill Bobcats. This is a new get-together in basketball, something new that's been on the schedule, and we're glad to be here. Doug Duda along with Seth Denny, and the girls' game had 3 competitive quarters, but Pleasanton got the best of Blue Hill in the third, and we could have that same kind of a ball game here. We just don't know which way it's going to go.
Hey, you know what? The popcorn's popping. It's Tuesday night. We're in a gym. It's going to be a lot of fun. You got 2 teams really needing a win. Pleasanton came off a tough win against Loomis a couple nights ago, and Loomis has a winning record. But both of these clubs tonight looking to get back on the winning ways a little bit. They have losing records, but this is going to be a competitive battle as we've got sub-districts, Doug, right around the corner.
Yeah, the Fort Kearny Conference and Twin Valley Conference tournaments just came to an end, and both got bounced in the first round, came back with consolation games. But both of those conferences, especially the Fort Kearny right now, really top-heavy with some state tournament teams. And many people believe, wow, Pleasanton has just been a break or 2 away from getting some things done. But they have had their trouble. Silver Lake beat them in overtime, another Twin Valley Conference team. But you've got a feel here for Blue Hill. They've got 3 young men that are out tonight, including the big guy in the middle, Max Hall, 6'6", 280-pounders. He's just a sophomore. As Coach Coffey says, still kind of learning his way around, but he could sure take up a lot of space. And he says they haven't been healthy in a month. It's just haven't had everybody together. We know everybody's gone through that, but he actually said it's been longer than everybody else.
It's so tough. I mean, we see it at the collegiate level. Rate Mast goes down. That hurts the Huskers like crazy for a couple games. Then you think at a Class D high school level, that passes through the ranks. That's a real problem depth-wise for a team like Blue Hill.
Well, let's take a look at a couple of those players to watch in tonight's basketball game. Of the ones that are healthy for Blue Hill, how about Kellen Schmidt? He's a 6'5" junior that leads them in scoring and is one of their top rebounders. And if Schmidt can get things going inside, maybe like Malati did for the girls, it'll give Blue Hill a chance. And then, as we talked about there, going out of the girls' game, Brennan Linder for Pleasanton. Here's a 1,000-point guy, been playing since he was a freshman, has done it all here at Pleasanton, and one of the leading scorers in the entire D2 class, and in the top, at last check, top 15 in the state. He's averaging over 21 points a game.
Look, we say so many times basketball is about the intangibles. You got to hustle, got to play defense. You got to put the ball in the basket. And when you have a kid like the Lindner kid who can put the ball in the hoop, you got somebody to lean on there.
So Lindner, along with the big guy inside, and Schmidt kind of contrary, won't be guarding each other, I wouldn't think, in this basketball game. It should be a good one tonight, and we'll be back and take a look at the starting lineups and give you more as Pleasanton hosts Blue Hill here on NCN.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
This broadcast is brought to you by Phillips Insurance Agency in Pleasanton, Central Nebraska's trusted crop insurance specialist since 1979, and by Pleasanton Irrigation, a proud supporter of the high school teams and coaches servicing your pivots in Pleasanton and the surrounding area. And Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Community Partners, because your life matters and help is always here. And by Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the...
This broadcast is brought to you by Bailey Drywall. For more than 20 years, Bailey Drywall can handle all your commercial, residential, and remodeling needs. Contact Bailey Drywall today for your next project. And by Trotter Fertilizer. Trotter Fertilizer is very proud of the Pleasanton Athletics this year. Find a Trotter Fertilizer where you farm. NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today.
Anything for the...
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
There. And welcome back to high school basketball on this Tuesday night. Glad to have you along with us. Let's take a look at what's going on with our schools and where they come from. Blue Hill traveling over. That's about a good hour for the Bobcats, traveling at the speed of light. With the Bobcats coming out of that Twin Valley Conference. A nice enrollment there. As we said, they've had some success in a variety of sports. Basketball has not necessarily in the last few years been one of them. They've been good at a lot of other things, especially Blue Hill, known for football. John Coffey been at Blue Hill for a number of years, as we call him the legend. And Blue Hill coming out of that Twin Valley Conference. For Pleasanton, the Bulldogs right here in central Nebraska, about 20 miles north of Kearney. And they come in out of the Fort Kearney Conference and have always been good. They are good at about everything they do over here, but basketball, if you had to say, is it a basketball school, is it a football school, is it a volleyball school? Well, for a number of years with the Rock up here in the 70s and 80s, it was a basketball school, and they've got some banners hung on the wall here for both boys and girls. And then there you go. Look at that. 1927. Front row, Ward Johnson, Frank Dusick, and Seth Denny. Man, I'll tell you what.
We had a good team back then.
It is a proud community, and
yes, it is.
Had one of the raucousest fan bases in the old gym, which they actually had to play a game in the old gym earlier this year. I mentioned that Silver Lake game. They played at Silver Lake in the old gym in a game that went to overtime because they had some issues here after a wrestling meet with getting their bleachers to work, and it was just cool to be in that one. And you kind of forget what those atmospheres were like, Seth, when you have all these newer gyms, and by newer I mean anything built in the last 20 years.
Those are the fun gyms when you look at them. The old Minden gym, you know, that's another good one from the area. The Pleasanton gym. Oh yeah, those are great. So to get in there and play a couple games. I think that means something for these younger players too. So this will be an interesting matchup as these two teams want to be competitive in this last game. It's senior night here. We saw a little of that footage from Pleasanton, and that always means something for these three seniors too. You don't ever forget that.
Well, we were talking about who you play, and yes, you want to win some of those games, but Pleasanton started the season really well. They were 6-3 after winning their own holiday tournament over Ainsworth, and at the time, a really red-hot Anselmo Myrna team. But after that loss to Silver Lake, they dropped 6 consecutive basketball games, and Silver Lake's a 500 team. But right now, Twin Loop is 18-2. Central Valley is 16-5. They've played Amherst twice, who's 14-7. Elm Creek 17-4. SEM 11-7. So they haven't lost to a team with a losing record at all in this run. They haven't lost to one all season long. That just tells you the strength of this schedule for the Pleasanton Bulldogs.
Yeah, they've run the gamut, and a lot of those games have been close too. So it'll. You'd like to think for Pleasanton that's going to help them in the long run as you get near, as we've talked about tonight. You near into that postseason run. They've been through some battles. They've had some ups and downs. So you'd like to think you've learned a few things going into that.
And Blue Hill started 0-7, won the holiday tournament at Arapahoe, and they're 6-5 since then. We'll be back and take a look at the starting lineups. Pleasanton and Blue Hill next.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
This broadcast is brought to you by Bailey Drywall. For more than 20 years, Bailey Drywall can handle all your commercial, residential, and remodeling needs. Contact Bailey Drywall today for your next project. And by Trotter Fertilizer. Trotter Fertilizer is very proud of the Pleasanton Athletics this year. Find a Trotter Fertilizer where you farm.
And we're back to take a look at the starting lineup for tonight's basketball game. And again, when you look over here at the Blue Hill Bobcat bench, you're going to see just as many boys suited up as we did young ladies. And you've got a couple of freshmen that are in there, including a starting freshman. So let's go ahead and take a look at the starters for Blue Hill. Number 3, 5'10" sophomore, Caden Lurie. Number 4, 5'11" freshman is Mason Bren. Number 11, 6'2" junior is Brady Carr. Number 15, the 6'2" senior is Jack Canterbury. And number 40, the 6'5" junior is Kellen Schmidt. The head coach is John Coffey, assisted by Brian Schmidt. Blue Hill, as we said, after an 0-7 start and now going through all this illness, is 6-5 since that, and set at 6-12 on the season. And Shelton, Deschler, some of the other teams in that Twin Valley, Lawrence, Nelson, have gotten the better of them as well. And now we will, like we did in the girls' game, go dark and have some fans to put some stuff up on the big screen here to honor the seniors that are going to be playing their last home game here tonight. All three of those seniors in the starting lineup tonight. Some of these kids, like Linder there, played as a freshman and took some lumps, especially playing football for Pleasanton. And then they turned things around, and not this year, but a year ago, had an undefeated regular season. And although they lost some valuable seniors from last year, they found a way to be competitive. And again, once again, as you see some highlights here of these Bulldogs, you just kind of wait for them to pull that upset of somebody that they're not supposed to beat. They're kind of running out of time here. So whoever's in the sub-districts, and we'll talk about that, they probably don't want a piece of Pleasanton, because if Linder gets hot, this is a team that can hang a bunch of points on you and pull off an upset.
Yeah, and like we talked about, the lumps you take earlier in the season, you hope you can learn from those. And like to your point too, Doug, when these players were freshmen, if they got time in a varsity game like you were talking about, that means so much by the time you're 17, 18 years old then and playing your senior ball. So that does help. You look at Blue Hill, they had one or two freshmen that get to play a little bit. So that'll be interesting for them as well.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup now for the Pleasanton Bulldogs. They'll go with number 3, 5'11" sophomore in Maddox Boyd. Number 5, 6' senior is Hayden Smith. Number 10, 6'1" senior Brennan Linder. Number 14, 6' senior Austin Hollingsworth. And number 21, 6' sophomore Grady Riley. The head coach is Jason Boyd, assisted by Mitch Olson, Jack Budeke, and Caden Broderson, coming into the ball game tonight with a record of 8-11. Jason Boyd, a former girls basketball coach at Kearney High, among his stops, and now has been here at Pleasanton trying to coach them down the road here for the last couple of years. So should be a good one here tonight. Pleasanton and Blue Hill. Pleasanton does probably just like the girls, maybe have a little bit more depth. We'll just see how much Coach Coffey can rely on the 4 on the bench, because I want to be nice, but they all look like 6th graders. I thought they were student managers, but they are actually ready to play in the ball game tonight.
They look pretty young, man. They look pretty young.
All right, the opening tip will belong here to the Bobcats, and Pleasanton's going to try and come out and pressure in man-to-man. And right away, they get it down on the block to Canterbury. Now we're going to have a reach-in foul called to start the basketball game. Going to go on Hollingsworth. You'll also see some other players coming into the basketball game. Owen Janacek will be a good kid that comes in, can also shoot the 3. Ellen Stein may slide into the ball game as well. Ball thrown up top, trying to get Kellen Schmidt going here. Big body down on the right-hand corner.
Looks like man-to-man for the Bulldogs here.
And Linder, we joked about it in the pregame. He actually is covering Schmidt.
The big fella.
Now off the screen, picks up the backside. The ball knocked away. Steal made. Blue Hill unable to get a shot away. Maddox Boyd. You'll see him put up a couple of NBA runners in this basketball game. He can get those floaters in the lane. Here's Linder, fade away. Best shooter on the floor, rolls around and out, no good. Offensive rebound brought down by Hollingsworth. And they'll kick it back out. Hayden Smith, he's a three-point shooter as well. Here's Boyd in the paint, leans in. They're going to call him for the offensive foul. And Maddox Boyd picks up the foul. And Coach and Dad's going to say, come on. But one of the things you're going to say about that, you see him lean his shoulder. Problem was, where we were looking, it looked like he made a lot more contact, Seth. I can see what the official was looking at. And if you call it now, then you quit doing it.
That's right.
And if you don't quit doing it, you're going to get a bunch of fouls.
That's right. You play to that a little bit. A little early trap there for Pleasanton. Try to speed Blue Hill up a little bit.
And now we're going to get an offensive foul the other way to make up for it. All right, don't want to get so physical. And this one's going to be called on Blue Hill and Lurie. So I don't know if it's a make-up call or an even-up call or it actually was. But that's what we got. Always makes you get a head scratch when you don't see the call. You're watching the play and all of a sudden something comes out of nowhere. Linder on the baseline. Uses his dribble up. Throws it back out top. It's all about movement and quick movement here from Pleasanton. Trying to get Linder going early on. Double on him. Skip pass right side. Smith. Drop step. Comes into the paint. Puts it up and no good. Little contact. Shot goes out of bounds.
And one thing you'll notice early on is 15 Canterbury is all over Linder. And he is guarding him tight tonight. He's the senior for Blue Hill.
And another trap in the corner. Ball knocked out of bounds. I think already we have got some discussion with the officials here. We don't want to be in hot water a minute into the ball game.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
And actually that girls game, however you want to say girls versus boys, but sometimes I'll shake my head or nod my head and go, what? I guess I don't even, maybe one time in the girls game. And that didn't mean I didn't even see it. Smith down low on a big man. Kick it out. Three-pointer on the way, and it is good by Brady Carr. And Blue Hill will put the first points on the board in this basketball game, 3-0. On the right side with the basketball will be Riley. Riley gives it off. There's Linder, and that's what I'm talking about. The jump shot doesn't go. Kind of kicked the leg out there. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Hollinsworth after the rebound was grabbed by Brady Carr.
Gotten a couple good looks for Pleasanton. Haven't gotten any to go down. That was a big three-point shot to get Blue Hill going a little bit here early on. Here's some full court work for Pleasanton.
Yeah, and Blue Hill breaks it without any problem. Driving in, Smith bodies up down there on Lurie underneath. Big man, Schmidt scores. Kellen Schmidt. 5-0 Blue Hill. And again, this is something else. You talk about it, it's a new rivalry. Even if you have new coaches, that's one thing. But these kids don't really compete against each other in anything. Hollinsworth to the baseline and blocked off the glass by Kellen Schmidt.
Schmidt with a good help side D there. Clean block.
Beautiful start here for Blue Hill. Working around. How about another three-pointer? And it's good. 2 for 2 for Brady Carr. And you can get your next car, truck, or SUV at Midway. Midway Auto, your next vehicle. Go to thinkmidway.com. I know the boys in the truck like that. Boyd put it up, no good. Hollinsworth kicks it out. Three-pointers around and out, no good. Another offensive rebound. Another three-pointer for Smith is no good. Ball's going to go out of bounds. And another opportunity here for Pleasanton.
Boy, about as good a start for Blue Hill as you could have. I mean, they're moving the ball well. They're setting their feet, getting open looks.
Linder just hasn't got his first couple of shots to go. They've been just a little off balance. Here's the three-pointer. Smith, no good. And finally, the rebound falls into the hands of the Bobcats. Canterbury with it. Well, we talked about Blue Hills girls maybe needing to get a little bit of a lead to survive the second half. The boys are doing it. Inside jumper, no good. They're going to call Smith for the blocking foul. And Kellen Schmidt will go to the line.
There again, you see the big fella get in towards the hoop. Heck, he's about 2 feet from the hoop. That's too far down for Pleasanton. You got to have him out of the lane a little bit.
Got him on the arm there. It doesn't affect when you get such a big guy like that can power through. Free throw, no good. Our replay brought to you by Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close. And here is Owen Janacek into the ball game. Second free throw by Schmidt, and it's good. So 6 for Carr, 3 for Schmidt, 9 for Blue Hill. 9-0 here in the first 4 minutes of the ball game. Pleasanton is yet to score. Looked like they were trying to set up a back lob. Blue Hill sniffed it out. Rotated over Boyd, and stepping in front and making the steal is Brady Carr. Pleasanton with their first turnover. It just seems like Pleasanton is trying to get the car started here. Three-pointer from the big man, no good by Schmidt. Rebound brought down by Linder. Brennan to the free throw line, kicks it back out. Halfway through the first quarter, still a goose egg on that Pleasanton scoreboard until Janacek buries his first shot of the ball game. So Janacek knocks it down, 9-3.
They needed that one, and Linder drew in the defender and was able to dish on the wing to find Janacek.
Work the ball over to the left wing. Carr already hit a couple of threes. Tries baseline. Out top to Brand. Good ball fake there by Schmidt. He'll bring it in and put it up and in, and they're going to count this one. And the second foul on Hayden Smith. So Kellen Schmidt a chance at a three-point play. And Hayden Smith has had a tendency to get in early foul trouble. And so he's frustrated about that because he's committed a few fouls this year. Our first quarter action here on News Channel Nebraska Television is brought to you by John Henry's. Our family serving yours at John Henry's.
You know, say what you want. The big fella got going downhill, and there was body contact, and so that created the three-point play. It was a good play by Schmidt.
12-3, Bobcats. Linder over to Janacek, off the screen, drives off the window. Oh, too strong, in and out, no good. Offensive rebound grabbed there by Hollinsworth. And a re-shot for a three-pointer. Riley wide open, no good. Another offensive rebound, Hollingsworth. And this time the three is good by Janacek. Well, the only thing Blue Hill's not doing well is cleaning the defensive glass right now.
Couple big offensive boards there by Hollingsworth. He must have 3 or 4 this quarter already.
Top of the key with it. Do you just look at my sheet or you just guess that out of your intelligence?
It wouldn't have been that, so I must have looked at your sheet.
Oh, we're going to get another offensive foul here on Blue Hill. And they're going to call on Lurie. That is his second personal foul. He's got both fouls. He's got to come out of the ball game. That could change things up. As we said, Coach Coffey's only got 9 youngsters suited up.
Oh, boy.
He doesn't want to be forced to go to the bench. Off the screen, Riley didn't take the 3, dribble drive. And we're going to have a hold called on Brady Carr. 2 threes by Janacek, the only 2 buckets here for Pleasanton. Backdoor Riley, that's going to change right now.
Boy, that inbound play caught them flat-footed. It was very well executed by Pleasanton.
Everybody's got your eyes on who? Linder, so somebody else sneaks in there. Now Carr for 3 in the right-hand corner. It's good. He's got 3 threes in this first quarter of play. Keeps a little bit of distance, 15-8. Boyd brings it up, draws the double team out to Linder. To Janacek. Boyd right corner. Linder looks back over to Coach. Non-concern for the defense there. Skip pass over to Riley. Now Linder wide open underneath on the assist. Well, whatever Coach Boyd called, that was a beautiful.
It worked. Yeah.
First bucket of the ball game for the potential All-Stater, Brennan Linder. 15-10. Going to get a reach-in foul here called. So Riley with his first, and that is the 5th team foul, so it should be free throws here. Nobody's buzzed that. Should be free throws. There's the buzzer.
Coach Boyd's giving him an earful there. They're having quite a discussion.
Well, Coach Boyd has worked all 3 of the officials early on. In that first 90 seconds, I thought, uh-oh.
Yeah.
If we had a futures bet on the Super Bowl, I would give even money that there will be a technical in this ball game.
It's starting.
I'm not saying on Coach Boyd, but that there will be one.
There will be one.
Free throw is good by Brady Carr. He's coached long enough. He knows how to say what to say.
He does. Yes, he does. This
Carr,
young man has had a wonderful first quarter here.
Yeah, he's already more points than he averages in a game. 11, and it's 17-10, a 7-point lead here for Blue Hill. Baseline jumper, come up short that time for Linder. Rebound brought down by Schmidt. I think that's the first one and done for Pleasanton. Every other time an offensive board. Under a minute now to go. And Blue Hill's jumped out by 7. Carr, push up on Riley. Here's the 3-pointer. A little flat from Kellen Schmidt. No good. Rebound Linder. Watch out. This is where he's magic. But he had to go through all 5 of them, and he kicks it into the corner. Janacek, he's got it. Well, let's just clear the floor here and have Janacek and Carr in a 3-point contest. That'll determine it. Each with 3. Now Carr drives, gives it back into the corner. Inside, Schmidt powers it up, blocked from behind by Janacek. Pleasanton comes out of there with a basketball. Up front, Janacek to the baseline. Kicks it back out, Linder, 10-footer, won't go. Offensive rebound, Riley won't go, partially blocked in there by Trevin Long. Ball's going to go out of bounds, it'll stay here.
Whew. Wild set of events there on that end and then this end. Some good action here.
Lob it in a short corner here. Looking for Linder off the screen. 8 seconds. Brennan, right side of the key, takes the jumper. A little off here in the first quarter for him, and that'll be the end of the first quarter of play. And your score, the visiting Bobcats of Blue Hill 17, 15. Janacek banging the three. He's got 3 threes. Carr's got 3 threes for Blue Hill. We'll be right back.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Our communities are built through stories of connection, hard work, and bright futures. You're committed to this place, and so are we. By supporting your dreams and by celebrating your stories, Bank of the Valley has grown alongside you through 40 years of going further together. We're building lasting relationships and a legacy of success. We're in this together, and together we go further.
We go to the second quarter of play here on 98.9 The Vibe or NCN. I just gave you the radio call. Nobody probably would have said anything had I corrected that. But
it sounded so natural when you did it.
Come on, Duda. Linder comes out, gets his second bucket of the ball game, and now it's down to 2. It was a 9-point lead for Blue Hill, but only 2 players scored. Carr 11, Schmidt 6. On the block, Canterbury. Man-to-man for Pleasanton, driving in, putting it up before there was contact. No good for Carr. Rebound brought down by Riley. Riley up front, and Linder has it knocked out of his hands on the way to the hoop.
I think number 10, Mr. Linder, is going to be a little more aggressive this quarter from what it looks like. He is going to the hoop, baby.
Yep, it's he can turn it. He can get you 10 in 2 minutes, and there's a lot of players that can do that, but he's one of them. Again, guarded out there by Canterbury. Boyd over Riley. Riley 3, hand in his face. Might have got a hand on it, did Carr. Rebound brought down Hollingsworth. And in the lane, the shot is no good. Hollingsworth had it. Now we got another foul.
A little jaw in there between the two.
Dylan Otten, who's in the ball game, picks up the foul. And the free throw on the way, no good. Hollingsworth not in there for his scoring for Pleasanton. Good defender. And as you said, get a lot of rebounds. He's already got 6. And he knocks this free throw down. Those are the first free throws of the ball game for Pleasanton. Within 1.
He crashes the boards big time. Little pick off the ball screen there.
Down to Schmidt. He got inside, and that's an easy one. Hollingsworth was out front, and then Boyd had to be the guy in the back, and Schmidt had an easy deuce right there. 19-16. Boyd throws it up off the window. No good. Tipped out into the hands of Canterbury. So a quick start in the ball game. It was 12-3 in favor of Blue Hill. Down low, Schmidt got inside again, fights through contact and scores.
That's good high-low action. They drop it down low. He's right at the goal and laid it in.
Go back and watch that on the telestrator.
Oh, yeah.
Because they set him up to get the double team off both times. Linder, fadeaway jumper, good.
Ooh. That's a tough move there. He hit that fading away. A good pick off the teammate, and he rolled to it and cashed it in.
Linder can hit fadeaways. He can hit tough shots. Three-pointer. Schmidt, no good. Rebound brought down by Riley. Fast break. There's Linder. Timeout on the floor for Blue Hill. Even though they've got the lead, Linder said he could get 10 in 2 minutes. Well, he's got 6 in about a minute right here. 5:42 to go in the second quarter of play. Blue Hill 21 and Pleasanton 20 on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Senior night. Competing with the ESPN folks across the way. Students are all fired up. I don't know where they get some of these outfits, but they've got them.
They've got them. Having a good time.
You know, I've got to say, those pink crab shorts, I think, or lobster, whatever was on them, goes good with the gold jacket. Maybe you have to go over there and put the gold jacket on him at halftime.
There you go.
All right, second quarter action here on News Channel Nebraska is brought to you by O Street Carpet. Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet. They'll take care of you. As Blue Hill comes out, and the ball stolen away by Linder. Linder's got the speed to take it to the other end. They'll let him go. There's 8. There's
you're
8.
Right. He's an explosive guy, and it started on the defensive end there. They're in a little zone action now. He's got active hands.
Pleasanton's first lead of the game. Three-pointer, Otten off the front of the iron, no good. Offensive rebound, Long. Into the corner, Schmidt. So you got a couple of kids off the bench that are in the lineup right now for Blue Hill trying to eat some time. Inside Canterbury, gets knocked around, but he's able to flip it out to his teammate. Lurie and Bren catching a breather right now for Blue Hill as the ball is knocked into the student section.
With that zone defense combating that, we've talked about it before. You got to get ball fakes, attack the gaps, and look to skip that thing.
Shot clock down. Going for the steal. Linder couldn't get it. Pass knocked away, and the steal is made, and there is Linder with 10 points in the second quarter. What did that ticket pay? 10 points in 2 minutes.
Yeah. You said it.
24-21.
Short
Schmidt now
corner, swing it.
Needs those threes. Carr can't get that one, but an offensive rebound. That's huge. First one of the ball game. Canterbury, 4 boards, his first bucket. Pleasanton had been dominating the offensive glass, especially. Blue Hill finally gets one. Linder off the screen, takes the 15-footer. Jump shot doesn't go for him. Blue Hill will bring it up the floor here with Brady Carr.
Got a set play called in from Coach. The short corner and the swing. There you go.
And he's got it. Brady Carr having himself a ball game. 4 of 5 from downtown. 14 points, double his season average. And we've got 3.5 to go here in the second quarter. And right back at him, Owen Janacek playing out of his gourd so far. And we are tied up at 26. A lot of highlights to show you coming up at halftime. Brought to you by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven RMV Construction. Miss on the 3. Hollingsworth with another rebound. Linder down low. Had to force that one and almost got it to go, but then nobody grabbed the board. Blue Hill rushed and hit the ground. And Grady Riley with his second bucket of the ball game.
So frustrating for Blue Hill. They had that thing and did not block off 21. Good ball movement there.
Carr, no. Missed a couple now. And tracking down the rebound in the far corner, Brennan Linder, and then hanging on him a little too close is going to be the junior Trevin Long. Yeah, we haven't had a ton of fouls in this basketball game, but a couple early on Hayden Smith. And Hayden hasn't been in the ball. Well, there he is. Hayden just got back in the ball game.
Just back.
2:38 to go. second quarter. Again, Blue Hill was up by 9 in the first quarter. Pleasanton now leads it by 2, 28-26. Off the screen, Riley. Riley sets, fires. That's going to be off the mark, though. And the rebound brought down by Brady Carr.
Coach wants him to slow it down here.
Well, you got Schmidt on the bench. He's your leading kind of everything. Catching a breather, shorten this down. Make sure you are no farther down than maybe a possession or even have the lead by halftime. Working into the perimeter. Got Smith in the air and then stepped out of bounds. Travel. So travel. And that'll be turnover number 4 here on Blue Hill. Our halftime highlights are coming up. Brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. Boyd out top Smith. Relay wants one, but he cannot get it to go. Offensive rebound. Riley gives it off, and Boyd eats it. Lurie.
Boy, a couple good offensive rebounds by Riley. He's kept these possessions alive for Pleasanton. That means so much.
Just got Harper Murray'd out there.
Yeah, that was quite a block.
But we have a full shot clock. Down the low block, Riley. Might have got away with a little extra step, but now Boyd is going to be fouled. And Maddox will go to the line. Maddox not as active tonight, putting the ball up as we've seen in the past. Foul on Mason Bren. First, 3 fouls on Blue Hill in the quarter, none on Pleasanton. And Boyd will go to the line here to shoot a pair. And the sophomore, son of the coach, will hit the free throw. All coaches' sons are good free throw shooters, right? Except any.
Many of them are. Many of them are. This youngster's got a nice stroke there at the line.
Did you ever get a trophy for winning a free throw contest?
You know, I did.
Okay.
The Elks hoop shoot.
Darn right.
Yeah.
Out in McCook, you had to travel a little ways to get to the state competition.
Yeah,
if
we
you
sure
made it
did.
that far.
Yeah, Cushing Coliseum, man.
Oh, baby. Did you beat me that year?
Eric Piatkowski beat me.
You be quiet. There's the steal, Linder again, but he cannot finish. And just a little bit of defense he had to work himself around. And the rebound will be grabbed here by Otten. And a travel into backcourt. Back-to-back turnovers by Blue Hill. So again, here we are. This is the biggest lead for Pleasanton. They've got the ball. There's a minute 16. Blue Hill had done such a good job early on, but now they've kind of hit the wall offensively. You don't want to get any farther down by halftime after playing such a good first half.
You're right. It is a very important stretch right here. You don't want that.
Hayden Smith. He didn't realize how wide open he was.
No, he didn't.
Until he looked at 2 guys and went, well, there's 2 guys on each of you. And it looked like Pleasanton, I think Pleasanton wanted to call a timeout after the made 3. Something happened.
It's not going to go over well with the Blue Hill folks.
I don't know what happened there.
I think the official.
It's definitely an inadvertent whistle.
Inadvertently, yes. Yeah.
Coach Coffey going, well, come on now. Did they call timeout? And there was nothing going on the play yet.
No, there wasn't.
7-point lead now for Pleasanton. A 16-point turnaround in this game. How about a 3 to help out the Bobcats from number 3, Caden Lurie. Just the second 3 of the quarter. 33-29. 3 seconds between the shot and game clock. And they tell Brennan Linder to bring it out here. Let's run as much clock as we can. So Blue Hill can't do anything with it.
That was a big 3 there by Lurie in a good ball reversal by Canterbury there. Let's see what happens. 10 seconds. They'll start it up.
High post off the screen. They've got him covered. He'll dribble around Schmidt to the baseline. Layup. Still a little time on the clock here. Can Blue Hill get a shot away from half court? That takes us to halftime. So, a good start for Blue Hill, a good finish here for Pleasanton. A few threes have been big, but 12 in the second quarter for Brennan Linder, and we are at halftime with the Pleasanton Bulldogs leading the Blue Hill Bobcats 35-29. We'll have our highlights and stats, scores, a whole lot more. Stay with us here on NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Sauter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, for wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Do you know when the worst time to find out your sump pump isn't working? The day you need it. At John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, we're offering a $59 sump pump inspection, so you won't have to find a watery surprise in your basement after a storm. For just $59, our licensed and experienced service professionals will examine your sump pump, inspecting its major components to ensure your sump pump is ready and working when you need it most. Hurry, this offer won't last long. John Henry's, serving your family since 1996.
This broadcast is brought to you by Phillips Insurance Agency in Pleasanton, Central Nebraska's trusted crop insurance specialist since 1979, and by Pleasanton Irrigation, a proud supporter of the high school teams and coaches servicing your pivots in Pleasanton and the surrounding area.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
And welcome back to Pleasanton, where the Bulldog dance team is performing here at halftime of our boys contest. 35-29, Pleasanton on top in the girls game. It was decided in the third quarter when Pleasanton outscored Blue Hill 20-5 and turned a 28-25 halftime deficit into a 45-32 lead and cruise into a 51-38 victory. 14 points for our player of the game, Brittany Riley, but it was a team effort. 10 points for Emmy Westland, 9 for Kaylee Pierce, 8 points, 9 rebounds for Kenley Zwiener. For Blue Hill, they made a lot of three-pointers in the first half, including 5 of 10 in the third quarter, but only 1 in the second half. 15 points for Sienna Malati, 9.7 rebounds for Avely Tepfer. Let's take a look at our first half highlights here in our boys contest. And our first half highlights are brought to you by Sauter Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. And it took a while for Pleasanton to get anything going in this game. Early on, it was all Brady Carr. There's the Chevy. There's the Porsche. Oh, no, we got it inside to the big guy, Kellen Schmidt. These were the only two guys that scored in the first quarter of play. Schmidt had 6, Carr had 11, and then there's the block shot to put a little defense in there as well. Finally, things get going when Janacek checks into the game. He buries 3 threes in the first quarter to get Pleasanton back into this one after they were trailing 12-3, and that's how the big man handles the basketball. Hayden Smith got his second foul right there and had to spend a lot of the rest of the half on the bench. Here's Grady Riley on the inbound backdoor pass and the uncontested layup. Schmidt, good ball fake, got Janacek in the air, but still able to fight through and score, making it 21-16 at that time. But then that's when things started to turn, and Brennan Linder flipped the switch. Steal, bucket. He scored 8 in a row and had 12 in the second quarter and currently leads Pleasanton with 14 points as Riley Who's up there? Oh, yeah, it's number 10. As he continues to add to his 1,100, 1,200 point total. And there's a nice get on the offensive board for Canterbury, his lone bucket of the first half. Inbound up top. Who's that guy? Oh, yeah. Carr. His 4th three-pointer of the ball game, and he has 14 to lead Blue Hill. And that brings us to our halftime score of 35-29. We'll be back to take a look at the first half stats and more right after this on NCN.
This broadcast is brought to you by Bailey Drywall. For more than 20 years, Bailey Drywall can handle all your commercial, residential, and remodeling needs. Contact Bailey Drywall today for your next project. And by Trotter Fertilizer. Trotter Fertilizer is very proud of the Pleasanton Athletics this year. Find a Trotter Fertilizer where you farm.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Our communities are built through stories of connection, hard work, and bright futures. You're committed to this place, and so are we. By supporting your dreams and by celebrating your stories, Bank of the Valley has grown alongside you through 40 years of going further together. We're building lasting relationships and a legacy of success. We're in this together, and together we go further.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that must be a note for the visiting team right there. And just so you know, that is not Doug Duda and Seth Denny.
No.
Two youngsters that got a lot more ahead of them in their life than we do. It is NCN Basketball, our halftime report, brought to you by RMV Construction. If you need a construction project that needs built, RMV is the company you need to call. And tonight we're featuring the Nebraska Department of Transportation's brand new regional maintenance facility built by RMV Construction. The Nebraska Department of Transportation has trusted RMV Construction to build projects across the state in Kearney, Burwell, and McCook. So from large facilities, offices, and building maintenance for the Nebraska Department of Transportation to projects that fit your needs, RMV Construction combines experience, reliability, and local pride to get the job done right. RMV Construction with offices in Kearney and Lincoln, trusted, local, and proven. Well, here's a look at the state rankings on the boys' side. In D1, Howells Dodge, they just have athletes, don't they? And then Lutheran High Northeast is up there. Elm Creek took one on the chin in the Fort Kearney Conference, so they fall down to number 3 this week. McCool Junction hanging in there. Overton coming off the Fort Kearney Conference Championship. But they beat Amherst, who's a C2 team, in the finals. And Amherst beat Elm Creek in the semis. Bertrand putting together one of those big seasons in Red Cloud after such a good football season. They're playing Kennesaw tonight. Fullerton right in there. Bertrand having one of their best seasons probably since bringing home the title back in 1992. Seems a long time ago with the Kraske boys and I don't know, somebody else. Your D2 rankings, you take a look at O'Neill St. Mary's up top, Archangels, Elgin Public, Pope John. Then here we go, Twin Valley. This is where Blue Hill plays. Lawrence Nelson, 16-2. Deschler on fire, getting their first win of the football playoffs. And now 15-2 in basketball. And then you start seeing some of those names you see a lot. There's Falls City Sacred Heart. There's Wynot. Don't even look at that 11-10 record. You want to look at that? Look who they played. It's D2, and I'm guessing they've probably played about 5 D2 teams. And we'll see how that plays out up in the northeastern part of the state. And again, congratulations to Lawrence Nelson winning the Twin Valley Conference. All right, we have wrapped things up here at halftime. We've got some great broadcasts that are still coming your way. A little bit of everything. Omaha Supernova Volleyball on Thursday night. We'll hit the air at 6:40 from the CHI as they take on the Dallas Pulse. And then it's basketball action this weekend. Doubleheader Friday, Norfolk Catholic at Ponca. Saturday, Elkhorn Valley at Pierce, and the C&D girls get into their sub-districts. So next Thursday the 19th, Platteview at Crete, and Doniphan Trumbull goes to Elkhorn North next Friday night the 20th. That should be a good one. Again, we remind you the Heartland Hoops Classic is in Grand Island. Saturday gets going bright and early at 8:30 in the morning. They got 8 games, and of the 6 classes, 5 of the number 1 teams will be playing.
Wow.
And 3 of the state champions from last year. Well, Doug Duda, Seth Denny. Seth, what are we going to see here or need to see from these 2 teams in the second half?
Well, I think what Pleasanton's going to continue to do is put the pressure up and continue to try to push the rock up the floor. They're going to look for number 10, Lindner, to heat back up. He's 14 first half points. After a slow start, he really kicked up. Blue Hill on the other side is going to want to slow Pleasanton down a little bit and continue to attack that zone offensively.
And Blue Hill's got to find a way to score. The threes are great, but they've got to be able to pick up some twos. And Carr lobs it into Schmidt. He has it blocked in there by Hollinsworth, clean. And here comes Linder. Good defense put on him, and he had to take a tough shot down low. Give Lurie credit on that one. Great play defensively down there against one of the best, and Canterbury will grab the rebound. For Blue Hill, Carr 14, Schmidt 10. Lurie had a 3 and 2 for Canterbury, and a three-pointer up and in for the first points of the game for the freshman, Mason Bren. They are now 6 of 13 from three-point land, 4 of 11 for Pleasanton, 14 for Linder, 11 for Janacek. He hit 3 threes, 4 for Grady Riley, a three-pointer for Hayden Smith, 2 for Boyd, and 1 for Hollinsworth. But Hollinsworth has 7 rebounds. And the rebound here for the Bobcats. Down by 3. Bullet inside. How about a game-tying 3 from Lurie? No, it won't go. And the rebound will be grabbed by Hollinsworth.
A good ball reversal. That was a good look for him.
35-32. Again, Blue Hill was up 9 in the first quarter. 7 points, the biggest lead for Pleasanton. Linder up top. Try to double him. Oh, what a nice sag. Now he's got it back to a single-man coverage. Gives it to Boyd, baseline. Boyd into the paint. Reach in, going to be taken away. Steal is made by Mason Bren. According to my sometimes right statistics, that's only the second turnover of the game for these Pleasanton Bulldogs. Blue Hill is 6.
Pretty clean offensively.
And sometimes that's easier when you're looking at a zone versus a man-to-man, but Pleasanton's the team in the zone. Right wing Lurie. Skip pass over the left side for back-to-back threes. Bren all the way down and out, no good. And Brennan Linder shows that he can get it up the floor, too, to Riley. Tries to go to the baseline. Knocked away before it gets to Maddox Boyd. And we're going to get we're going to get a full timeout here by Pleasanton. We don't have to worry about it. A full-length timeout here with 5:49 remaining in the third quarter of play. Coach Boyd sees the changes here from Blue Hill and wants to address them. 35-32, Pleasanton on NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Doug Duda, Seth Denny, Danny Alvarado, all the other folks that are helping produce and run the cameras and get us through the ball game tonight. Thank you for being here in Pleasanton and doing a great job. We're getting every shot possible out there. The camera crew doing a great job. And we've got another close basketball game.
It's a good game, and it was a lot of action that first half, and coaches making some adjustments in the second.
So let's see what Pleasanton does out of the inbounds. Well, you go to the best player on the floor, Linder. He missed it, but an offensive putback and draws a foul. You got to love Austin Hollinsworth / Dennis Rodman.
You do. He is a board-crashing machine.
He's got 1 point, and he's got the same way he's going to get it here at the free throw line. He's got 9 boards. So what a great job he's doing. He'll get you where you need to go, just like Midway. Midway Auto, for your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com. Midway, it's a better way. Second free throw, and just like last time, missed the first, made the second. First point of the second half here for Pleasanton. Takes the lead to 4, 36-32. Pressure on to Schmidt. Little contact, got it in the front court. Bren to the trailer. Three-pointer. Lurie comes up short, no good. Rebound, grab quickly. Who else? 1-4. Boyd, there's that flip we were talking about earlier in the game. Doesn't go. Schmidt gets the rebound. Boyd goes for the steal, couldn't get it. Schmidt actually doesn't have a ton of rebounds, just a couple in the ball game. Kicks it out. Blue Hill wants to move in, throws it off the top of the glass, and Lurie gets it. His second bucket of the ball game. He's got 5. Pleasanton on the run out. Hollinsworth, he'll pull up from 16 and knock down his first field goal of the ball game. Hollinsworth makes it 38-34. Blue Hill starting to throw over the top of this press. They actually have numbers. Decided not to go after it that time. Brady Carr has been quiet here. The ball gets knocked away. Turnover, Blue Hill. Coach Coffey thought there was a foul. Didn't get it at the other end. Riley will finish. Grady now with a bucket in each quarter. And now there's numbers for Blue Hill. 3-on-2. Schmidt. I would not want to take a charge from that guy. Underneath foul will send Canterbury to the line.
You said it, Doug. The back side of that press, they got numbers, and they should attack the basket just like they did on that one.
Hollinsworth with his second. First foul of the quarter. Our instant replay is brought to you by Mead Lumber, making you feel at home from design to finish. Mead Lumber. And the first free throw here from Canterbury is good. Hollinsworth back in. Our Aurora Cooperative scoreboard reads 40-35. Pleasanton. Aurora Cooperative helping you add value to every aspect of your operation. Check them out at auroracoop.com. And the free throw is good. 4 points now for Canterbury. 40-36. Linder on the right wing. Kick out. Here's the three-pointer. Hayden Smith. His second 3 of the ball game. Haven't taken as many threes since that first quarter.
He was wide open on that one for sure.
I think we found out where they're sagging on Linder.
Yep.
3 at the other end will not go, but a long rebound comes out to Bren off the Carr miss. Fires it inside, right side 3 on the way. Otten, no good. Rebound brought down by Linder. He's got to feel it's about his time to shoot, and there it is. First bucket of the second half. He's now got 16, and you close your eyes and you open them, and now it's a 9-point lead. It was 2 just a moment ago. Good running the floor. Schmidt got fouled on a put-up. Pleasanton wanted to travel, but there was a little contact down there.
Linder
called on Smith.
Linder has such a smooth game. It's a almost 17 feet it in. The fadeaway, the 15-footer. It's almost like a throwback of sorts. I mean, he's a tremendous athlete, but he really plays that 15-foot game pretty good.
Kellen Schmidt averaging, look at that. Just give him 10 rebounds a game. What's his 9.9? He averages a double-double.
Absolutely. He's a nice player. He's played well tonight.
Second free throw also good. He's got a dozen points now. And a timeout going to be called here by Blue Hill. 3:34 remaining in the third quarter of play. And it is Pleasanton 45, Blue Hill 38. It's high school hoops on NCN.
Behind every switch you flip, innovation is at work. In PPE.
This broadcast is brought to you by Axman Heating and Air, your Lennox dealer serving Pleasanton and the surrounding area. Blue Hill Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown store, 402-756-3811. And by Glenwood, your full-service telecommunications provider.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Welcome back. High school basketball. 45-38. Pleasanton on top by 7 with the basketball out of the Blue Hill timeout. Hollinsworth to the high post. Working his way in. Linder fade away. No good. But another offensive rebound. But Hollinsworth couldn't get it to Boyd. They all look to the bench when they make a mistake. Hey, Austin, you got the offensive rebound, brother.
Yeah.
You didn't make a mistake.
No.
Yeah, you would have liked to throw it into the crowd, but press on. Ball tipped out of bounds by Hollinsworth.
That pressure that can cause problems. You know, you just want to get into your offensive set. It kind of slows that down.
Into the corner, Blue Hill trying to get closer, and a ball's picked off by Hollinsworth. And Linder up the floor. Weaves his way to the left side into the corner. 18-footer, good. Oh, and Janacek, boy, he hasn't shot the ball a lot, but he's been making almost everything he shoots.
He's played well tonight. Wow, he's been a key for that team.
Long pass down the floor. Canterbury. Our third quarter action here on NCN. Brought to you by Husker Rehab. A 3 in the third for Mason Bren. Treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Husker Rehab. 47-41. Linder up top. Fakes the three, comes inside, and somehow got that over the hand of Carr and scored. What a bucket for
Tough
Linder.
shot.
Now Blue Hill trapped. Good pass up the floor. Coach Coffey was going to call timeout, but they were able to break it up. Schmidt the trailer. Inside Carr. Makes room. Hollinsworth going to get called for the foul. Not a whole lot of contact on that one. Third on Austin.
That's when you attack that pressure a little bit. Look for the open man. Go to the hoop. You get a little contact and shoot some free throws.
Well, we welcome all of you that are joining us a little late here tonight.
Yeah.
Nebraska falls to Purdue in overtime, 80-77. They were down by at least 16, and I know 12 in the second half. They came back to take the lead, and they were up 2 late in overtime. But Purdue scored the final 5 points and won it 80-77. Nebraska will have Northwestern on Saturday. Linder inside, good pass to Boyd to the baseline. Dribbles behind the backboard. Now he's in some trouble. Just throws it up, no good. And the rebound brought down by Schmidt. Good defense there by Blue Hill. 49-43. Trying to cut this thing even closer here. But Maddox Boyd anticipates the pass, and now he scores. First bucket of the ball game for Boyd.
Got the hand in the passing lane there and caused the turnover.
But now trying to be too aggressive, bodies up and commits the foul. That'll be his second. Coach Boyd and Coach Coffey just coaching for all they're worth right now.
Love the intensity.
17-13, Blue Hill had the lead after one, but then 35-29 at the half, Pleasanton. Smith went for the steal, didn't get it, and then just a little late there, the pass knocked away, and Pleasanton does maintain possession until we get into the front court, and then they give it back. 51-43, who can maybe make a couple buckets here by the end of the quarter. Schmidt showing the big man move, puts it up over Smith.
Got
Nice
him going
move.
downhill there and laid it up and in.
Schmidt with 14. How about Smith? Off the mark this time. Another offensive rebound. Riley. It won't go. Dylan Otten in there. And Otten, the junior, nothing. No good. Janacek. Well, maybe nobody's going to score in this final minute and a half. Boyd throws it up and scores. And we are going to get a timeout called here by Pleasanton, even with just 32 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. Full-length timeout by Pleasanton as well. They'll still have 3 timeouts remaining, so will Blue Hill. We'll be back with more high school hoops on NCN in a moment.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy. This broadcast is brought to you by Phillips Insurance Agency in Pleasanton, Central Nebraska's trusted crop insurance specialist since 1979. And by Pleasanton Irrigation, a proud supporter of the high school teams and coaches servicing your pivots in Pleasanton and the surrounding area.
Doug Duda, Seth Denny back with you here at Pleasanton High School. We've got another couple of weeks, and then don't forget, once again this year, opening 2 rounds of action from the State High School Basketball Tournament. 3 days for the girls, 3 days for the boys, here on News Channel Nebraska Television. Well, Blue Hill is going to bring Ryler Rathjen in here for the final few seconds of the quarter. Try to give Carr and a couple of the other starters some breathing room. And if you're Pleasanton, you probably pick that out.
And that pressure has bothered Blue Hill a little bit. It's really sped them up.
Schmidt back out of the wing to Otten. Boy, they are speedy over after him. Into the front court, Rathjen. Probably want to play for the last shot. Trevin Long in there. But with the guys that are in there, Schmidt's got to be the one to take the shot, I would think.
I think you're right.
And they get it down to him. Knocked away, Hollinsworth. Just didn't have any options. You could double on him. Linder to make it a 10-point game at the end of the quarter. Came up short. And that'll be the end of the third quarter of play. But still anybody's ball game. Pleasanton takes a 6-point halftime lead up to 8. Pleasanton 53, Blue Hill 45. Both teams scoring more than usual, and that makes it fun. We'll head to the fourth quarter next.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Community Partners, because your life matters and help is always here. And by Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com.
And welcome back to Pleasanton, the next generation. Right there they are, the younger crew of dogs here in Pleasanton. 53-45, Pleasanton on top. They get the ball to start the fourth quarter. Brennan Linder, 18-13 for Janacek. Is that 20? No, off the heel, but Grady Riley is there to get his 8th rebound. Right back to Linder. Skip pass in the corner, Hayden Smith. The 3, no good. Another offensive rebound for Linder. He's got 6, and the jumper is good. And
great
there's
play.
20.
Great play. The offensive rebound, then shoots the fader.
10-point lead. First time we've been in double digits, or matches the largest lead. Blue Hill into the front court, needing points, getting tripped and hitting the ground is going to be Trevin Long. Let's see if they give him free throws or not. Kind of an inverted trip down there. Going to be on Holland or Janacek. His first.
Good aggressive play by Blue Hill, trying to take it to the hoop. I don't think this is a shooting foul.
Yeah, he was getting ready to, But to say that he was in the motion of shooting, no. Either way, you could have called it either way, but I would have hedged towards no there. You already gave him the trip. He ran into his leg.
You're right.
I don't think Janacek stuck his foot out. All right, Rafton stays in there to start the fourth quarter. And the ball is going to go over and back. Almost the key mistake. Yeah, Grady Riley. You don't want to get lazy and just assume the over and back, because then somebody like Riley goes speed racer on you and gets an easy layup.
Every time, zip over and touch that.
Turnovers and offensive rebounds, the biggest keys, I think, Seth, in the ball game.
No, you're right. Offensive boards, especially second half, have been key for Pleasanton.
Linder on the handoff, Riley. They had back cut Janacek. He was covered. Knocked away, and now we're going to get an offensive foul called on Pleasanton. Going to call it on Riley. That'll be his second. Remember, we had a couple right off the get-go at the start of this game, and then it kind of settled down. And Blue Hill turns it over again. My, oh my. They had one in the first quarter. They now have 13. Boyd backing his way in, throws up another tough one. No good. Offensive rebound, Riley, and one. Could fatigue be setting in here on Blue Hill?
Boy, it sure looks like it, and you see it on both ends. A play like that defensively, and then taking care of the ball offensively. Sometimes that's a sign of fatigue as well.
Riley with one bucket in all four quarters. This will be his first free throw to extend the Pleasanton lead to 13. (58-45). Don't forget, when we're all said and done, highlights, final stats, coach and player interviews brought to you by Custom Sports. Blue Hill Carr. Carr has been silent since that early portion of the second quarter. Into Schmidt. He runs over a defender and gets the and one. Linder with the personal foul. So Brennan with his first foul of the ball game. And Kellen Schmidt now with 16 points. Brady Carr with 16.
Good strong move to the bucket.
And Schmidt will put it up, and good. First points of the fourth quarter for Blue Hill, 58-48. Linder drives baseline, gets it out top. Janacek.
Hit another one.
Well, there's the one you just couldn't account for tonight. Owen Janacek. And a ball knocked away by Hayden Smith. Steal is made. He'll take the three. It's going to be no good this time. And the rebound brought down by Brady Carr. Kellen Schmidt trying to get up and get down the floor here. Here's Canterbury. Skip pass over the top of the zone. Bren. And he's going to get bodied up on as he turns the corner. And once again, it's on Grady Riley. He has three. Hollingsworth has three. Hayden Smith has three. But that's 4 fouls in 2 minutes here.
Yeah.
And Blue Hill down by 13. Could it get to the line? Every foul the rest of the way. So let's see if Pleasanton backs it down a bit. Carr into the paint. He comes in and finishes.
Good take.
Good job by Carr, and Riley, who had just picked up 2 in a row, wasn't going to get his third.
Carr's played a good game offensively. That was a good take off on the dribble.
And Hayden Smith answers his first 2 of the game to go along with a couple of threes. 63-50. Pleasanton just has to be feeling so good. All the good teams that they've played. And tonight they're making a lot of shots and now force another turnover. Boyd says, I'm going to take it all the way, but he cannot finish. It spins off the front of the rim. Canterbury with his 6th rebound. Big man Kellen brings it in, double clutch, scores, and a timeout. And a chance, if nothing else, to catch a little bit of a breather. 5 in the quarter, 19 in the game for Kellen Schmidt. Still but they've got to find a way to get some stops now on Pleasanton. It's Pleasanton 63, Blue Hill 52 on NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Community Partners, because your life matters and help is always here. And by Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com.
Doug Gudasep-Denny back with you here. Again, we've got great basketball coming up. I think there was some confusion to whether that was a full or a 30.
There was. Yeah.
And since they buzzed it, I guess it'll be a 30.
Boy, the big key, well, there have been a few big keys, but you hit on it. The offensive rebounds by Pleasanton, then just the turnovers for Blue Hill. It seems like Pleasanton has the active hands defensively, and they've caused so many turnovers.
And they've bunched them, too. They get an offensive board and score, and then they steal it.
Yeah.
And not necessarily score, but it just really messes things up. Shot blocked by Lurie down there as he took on Maddox Boyd. Blue Hill skip pass. Underneath. Big man off the window. Kellen Schmidt. Here he comes in the fourth quarter. 7 of the quarter, 21 of the game. Back to single digits. 63-54. Janacek in the paint. Kicks it out of the wing. Riley.
You have to string together stops for Blue Hill at this point.
And Boyd's going to be called for the extra step. In comparison, I only have Pleasanton with 4 turnovers compared to 15 for Blue Hill. Well, as we said after tonight, Blue Hill has their girls and boys doubleheader at Deschler Friday, and then Blue Hill has a home finale against Grand Island Lutheran the final Friday of the season. For Pleasanton, their boys and girls go to Loomis on Friday night for that conference rivalry game, and then the boys play at Ansley Litchfield on the following Friday. 3 in the corner would not go, and Brennan Linder will pull down the rebound. That did not see a lot of threes here in the quarter. Linder brings it in. We're going to get a foul on Caden Lurie. That'll be his 4th. And Brennan Linder will go to the line here and shoot 2. Watch the replay here. Yeah, a lot of contact. Don't forget, we will be bringing you our player of the game, brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination when this one's all over.
Good strong take to the bucket.
Linder puts it up and got one of them. 21, 64-54, 3:40 to go in the game. Blue Hill with the basketball. Lurie inside. Carr. Is that on Hayden Smith? Looks like he got a lot of basketball. He's going to be upset, and that's what they're going to call. I'm going to call that the 4th foul on Hayden. 8 points so far. He wants to finish this game.
He does. He's looking over at the bench going, don't take me out.
That was pretty good, too. And there wasn't a lot of contact on that. Free throw no good, though. That's the first one that Carr has missed. He's got 18. Been kind of a big 2-man game. Janacek and Linder for Pleasanton, and Schmidt and Carr for Blue Hill. And neither one of them will go, but that ball. They want a discussion here. That looked like that was off of Pleasanton. They had the inbound position, unless somebody came over the back. And I think, the other 2 officials are going to come in and say, it should be this way. You saw the replay.
Yeah.
We don't have to sell that one.
Nope. Important possession for Blue Hill. They need a bucket, obviously, down 10.
Off the screen, Carr. So now Linder's on him. Here's the 3 by Schmidt, partially blocked by Maddox Boyd. And then it goes out of bounds. Kellen might make some threes, just doesn't look great doing it.
No.
I don't think that's the shot they wanted.
Yeah.
10-point game. Now Pleasanton has to be smart. There's still plenty of time left here, but they've been good at taking good shots. Off the back screen, Linder, double team, and Carr going to be called for the foul. Brady with his second personal foul.
That's good offensive action for Pleasanton. They get that guy posted up like that and get the foul called. Here's the replay.
Might have whacked him on the head. Free throw is good. Was taught that a long time ago when a young referee, and you hear about that, that just looked like a foul.
Yeah.
If you're going to block a shot, that's not the way to block it.
No.
And whether that's wrong or right, that's why the referees usually are going to blow the whistle on that.
You bring that arm down. You're right. It looks bad.
66-54. Pleasanton got the lead out to 13, and it hasn't been closer than 8 since. Carr, baby throw inside. Schmidt, ball fake, inside. Did a good job of not fouling in there for Hollinsworth. And Schmidt now 23 in the ball game. 66-56. Blue Hill still has one foul to give. But again, in the shot clock era, you just got to play good defense. And now we're going to get that foul on Blue Hill, fighting through the screen. Going to be on Canterbury, his first.
You said Schmidt has 23, Doug. He's a load. He is a very nice player.
He's got 9 of those in this quarter alone. 9 of his team's 11. Inbound to the corner. Who's posted up? The man you want with the basketball. Linder kicks it out. Smith for the three. Hayden Smith having one of his better games tonight. 69-56. Just won't let Blue Hill catch up.
That was a big shot.
Man-to-man, staying on him. Finally picking up the dribble is Bren. Then the pass stolen away. We will get a jump ball. We will get a jump ball. It'll stay with Blue Hill. Hayden Smith just got to keep the emotions there. Again for Pleasanton, their seniors, Hayden Smith, Brendan Linder, Austin Hollinsworth. And you know what? Who's leading the team tonight?
Yeah.
Hayden Smith, Brendan Linder, and Austin Hollinsworth. Not that everybody isn't playing well, but boy, those three seniors.
Came up big, didn't they?
Under 2 minutes to go. Blue Hill's about out of time. In the corner with it on a nice save, Lurie. Back out to Bren. Bren into the paint, puts his head down, gets stuck in there. Hollinsworth with the block and takeaway. And now it's keep away for Pleasanton. And there's the foul on Brady Carr, his third. Now it just depends how many times Blue Hill wants to foul in the final 90 seconds. And at the line, Linder, 3 of 4 here in this quarter. And Pleasanton on their way to the 70-point plateau.
A lot of things have played into that full court press that Coach Boyd had rolling for a while. That played into it. The offensive rebound had it as well. So, and they've had some guys really step up. You brought up the seniors. Janacek has played really well. He's hit some shots for him.
1 of 2 there, and from the, it might not matter, but it's a kind of a crazy look as driving in and drawing the foul will be Brady Carr. He'll get a couple of free throws coming up. Foul will be on Riley, his 4th. But last game out, 82-72 in that consolation game over Loomis, who they play again Friday. That's who they just played last Friday in the consolation. The game before that, Kennesaw, 70 points. The win before that was in the holiday tournament, 77 against Myrna and 69 against Ainsworth. All but 2 of their wins, they've hit 70.
Wow. Yeah. This team might prove dangerous here later on. So
Well, if Janacek comes out and shoots the ball like he did tonight.
Look out.
Yeah, then Linder has a little bit more free reign. 70-58, a minute, 15 to go. Linder with it. Coach Coffey says, let's get out and trap. There's a nice play. Ball knocked into the stands by Carr. The problem is, obviously, there's some good free throw shooters on this team. They'll probably keep it away from Janacek and Smith. Lob it into the backcourt. Linder. Boyd's good. Riley's pretty good. Trying to get a trap on him. You better bring all five if you're going to trap this guy. And there's the foul.
I think you're right. A good guy to have the ball in his hands with a minute to go and you're up 12, I think.
Yeah. So back to the line. Linder. 25 for Brennan. Averaging over 21 a game. Second free throw, good. Every year you say it, but you're going to graduate somebody that you're going to miss forever, and then there always seems to be somebody to take their place. But might be a while before we get the next Brennan Linder.
Yeah. Well, you start talking about 1,000 points in a career, that's a whole different ball game.
72-58, under a minute to go. Get it inside, Canterbury. Turn around, draw the foul. Coach Boyd
not too happy about
reaches
that.
down and touches the toes. Hollinsworth with his fourth. Might be in some trouble if they absolutely would go to overtime, but I don't see that happening with 49 seconds to go. And Canterbury can't get it to go. I think there's a lot of tired ones out there right now.
I was going to say the same thing, and we've hit on it before. I mean, that thin bench for Blue Hill really plays a toll on this team.
And the second free throw will go. 5 points in the ball game now for Jack. 72-59. And the ball stolen away. Going in for two more, and getting it is Lurie. Again, Pleasanton has taken such good care of the ball. 72-61. And another foul will be called. That's going to allow Linder to possibly add to his point total. Brady Carr. Good start to the ball game for Blue Hill. Just eventually couldn't keep up the scoring pace here with Pleasanton. I don't think they really did anything wrong. We talked about it early in the second half. Came down to turnovers and not taking care of the boards.
And they really had, not to say anything against their other players, but they really had two scoring options tonight. And the big fella played really well. He had a monster game for him.
Looks like they'll put Hollinsworth back out there, maybe have the three seniors on the floor for the final seconds of this basketball game. 74-61. Ball in the hands here of Blue Hill. Maybe for one last shot. Schmidt, contested three. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound brought down by Janacek, and that should do it. We are going to get a timeout here, maybe to get a substitution in or to honor the seniors, whatever Coach Boyd wants to do. We're just going to go ahead and keep it here with 9 seconds to go. Senior night, what a way to go out, and it looks like maybe they will clear the bench here so the crowd can give their shout out. 28 tonight for Brennan Linder.
Ooh. Don't think they want to be running the clock, but
yeah, somehow the clock got started there inadvertently through the timeout. 9 seconds to go. And they're just going to dribble it out. And what a ball game tonight. The final score, Pleasanton 74, Blue Hill 61. Blue Hill 6-6 in their last 12 games, 6-13 overall. And Pleasanton now has put together back-to-back wins, and they improved to 9-11 on the season. We'll be back with the coach and player of the game right after this on NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, the wedding band, so we'll be back for that.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Do you know when the worst time to find out your sump pump isn't working? The day you need it. At John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, we're offering a $59 sump pump inspection, so you won't have to find a watery surprise in your basement after a storm. For just $59, our licensed and experienced service professionals will examine your sump pump, inspecting its major components, to ensure your sump pump is ready and working when you need it most. Hurry, this offer won't last long. John Henry's, serving your family since 1996.
This broadcast is brought to you by Phillips Insurance Agency in Pleasanton, Central Nebraska's trusted crop insurance specialist since 1979, and by Pleasanton Irrigation, a proud supporter of the high school teams and coaches servicing your pivots in Pleasanton and the surrounding area. This broadcast is brought to you by Bailey Drywall. For more than 20 years, Bailey Drywall can handle all your commercial, residential, and remodeling needs. Contact Bailey Drywall today for your next project. And by Trotter Fertilizer. Trotter Fertilizer is very proud of the Pleasanton Athletics this year. Find a Trotter Fertilizer where you farm.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Our communities are built through stories of connection, hard work, and bright futures. You're committed to this place, and so are we. By supporting your dreams and by celebrating your stories, Bank of the Valley has grown alongside you through 40 years of going further together. We're building lasting relationships and a legacy of success. We're in this together, and together we go further.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today.
And welcome back to Pleasanton, everyone. Doug Duda courtside after the Pleasanton sweep tonight over Blue Hill. And we'll start with the head coach, Jason Boyd. Wasn't easy tonight, Coach, but you guys put the ball in the hoop, and that always seems to help.
Right, we had to because Blue Hill was shooting it pretty well, especially first half. I think one of the kids had 4 threes, I think, in the first half, and so we're struggling to get stops for a while there. Went to a 2-3 zone for a little bit, which helped a lot in the second quarter there, and kind of got us going. And then second half, again, they started breaking that a little bit, and then we picked up our pressure quite a bit on them, and that got it more of a full-court game.
We'll talk with Brennan here in a moment, but when you can have other guys score, Janacek comes in, Carr hits 3 threes, Janacek hits 3 threes. I said we could just play a game of horse if that's what it comes down to, but it's just nice to have somebody else heat up. Hayden Smith had a nice night for you tonight. You don't win the game if everybody doesn't play well.
Right, we're shooting it pretty well, which makes it easier on this guy here because when we got other guys hitting shots, makes it harder for them to collapse and help on his drives and that kind of thing, and so that helps get him going too. So Owen was big off the bench, hit some threes, and when we were struggling early, he hit some big threes, and then Hayden got going in the second half as well.
Blue Hill had a pretty big guy down low, had a pretty nice game himself. What was your game plan coming in against him?
Well, we're trying to trap the post in our man early. Wasn't working too well, and then we went zone a little bit, just collapse on them a little. They haven't been a great three-point shooting team all year, and they were hitting some shots against us tonight, which made it tough. Then we had to get out, and it was tough to get to. And he's tough. He's alone, and so we had a hard time on him inside for sure too.
Talking about Kellen Schmidt, one more for you, Coach. It is senior night. It's always nice to win, and all three of their seniors had a really good night tonight. Kind of maybe a quick word on all three of them.
Yeah, no, it's awesome to see. It's my second year coaching them, so I told them it's been awesome how hard they play for me, for our program in those 2 years. They're just awesome kids too. Like they're good leaders, good kids, selfless team first kids. So it's been awesome to see. Brennan obviously scores a ton. Austin was out last year with ACL injury all year long, and this year plays a great role. You can see him getting steals defensively in the post. He defends great, knows his role, gets rebounds like crazy. And then Hayden has been shooting it so dang well lately. And so with him shooting, another shooter out there, and he's physical, just smart kid. We got a smart team too. Like we have kids that know how to play the game and play hard. And so it's been awesome coaching these three for sure.
Well, Coach, congrats on the win and best of luck down the rest of the way here.
Okay, thanks for your coverage. Appreciate it.
That's Jason Boyd. We'll bring in Brendan Linder, our player of the game, and he's getting used to the TV cameras because of everything that you've done, Brendan. But congratulations. Tell me a little bit. You've had these stretches, not many, but you didn't come out of the gate in the first quarter, missed a couple, and then, bam, 10 in a row in the second quarter. What gets you going? What got you going tonight, and is it usually the same thing?
Yeah, it's usually the same thing. Transition is where I get going the most, and first quarter we didn't get a ton of transition, and in the quarter break I told them, I'm like, we need to get some transition going. That's the type of game we want to play, and we got that, and then I got a couple of buckets to go in transition, and they just get that confidence back.
Some of that transition is because you yourself were out there stealing the basketball.
Yeah, it always is even easier when I steal the ball and I'm just way out in front. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what it means to win here on senior night and get a little momentum going here for the end of the season.
Yeah, we had a tough stretch there after Christmas, so every win right now is big, especially senior night. Last time playing here, wanted to go out on a good note.
I said during the broadcast, every one of those losses is to a team with a winning record. Somebody might not want to draw you in the postseason. Is that the way you guys feel?
Yeah, that's the way we feel. That was a really tough stretch, but we battled. We learned a lot from those games, and now that we are getting teams that maybe aren't as highly ranked and stuff, we feel like we can compete with anybody. And even if we draw a team that's ranked, we can compete with them guys too, because we did it all year long.
All right, Brennan, thanks for the time out here. I'll let you go celebrate with the team. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
There he is, 1,000 points, way more than that now. Another 28-point performance tonight for Brendan Linder, our player of the game. We'll come back and talk about that a little bit more, look at the stats and some of the highlights of tonight's win right after this on NCN.
Behind every switch you flip.
This broadcast is brought to you by Axman Heating and Air, your Lennox dealers serving Pleasanton and the surrounding area. Blue Hill Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown store, 402-756-3811. And by Glenwood, your full-service telecommunications provider.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Doug Dudasette, Denny back with you here after a 74-61 victory in this basketball game for Pleasanton. And they put some points up in this one, Seth.
They did. It was a fun game to watch. Really, Pleasanton, I think, is a pretty dangerous team, Doug. They play good defense. They have active hands defensively. They push the rock up the court. They have a star in Lindner, but they have other guys that really can score it as well and play good defense and hit the glass. That's a fun team to watch.
It was great to talk to Brennan, our player of the game, brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination. And we're ready now to take a look at some of the highlights of tonight's ball game. Custom Sports bringing those along to you for tonight's contest as Pleasanton going for the sweep here tonight of Blue Hill. And Pleasanton picking up that 9th win here tonight. I think even Coach was a little surprised when I threw that 70-point total at him, and Brennan was shaking his head off to the side saying, you betcha. And that's what the first quarter was all about here. 3-pointers, 3 threes, and there's the one to get things started by Brady Carr. And then the big man inside, Kellen Schmidt, they combined to score all 17 points in the quarter. Owen Janacek, who comes off the bench, says, all right, Brady Carr, let's go. You hit a 3, I hit a 3. But it made it 12-3 after that to contact and one for Schmidt. So a 9-point lead, which would be the largest for Blue Hill on the evening. And each Janacek and Carr had 3 threes in that quarter. Each would have only one the rest of the way. Kellen Schmidt, 10 in the first half. There's 2 more of them in the second quarter. And this ball game stayed close, but then we started to see a little bit of this. This would be the first lead for Pleasanton in the contest. 2 of the 28 tonight for Brendan Linder. As we said, he talks transition. For a kid to score that much and not nail a lot of threes, that's pretty impressive in this day and age. And Brendan Linder scored 28 without a single 3 in the ball game. That's how things went at the half, 35-29 in favor of Pleasanton. Great way to start the third quarter. First possession splash on the wing for Mason Bren. He hit a couple of threes in there, but we had a little mini scoring drought for Blue Hill, and this is where Pleasanton gets the big man, the senior Hayden Smith, into it, one of his 3 threes. And Linder, this is what you talked about, Seth. Stop and pop from anywhere.
He can do it. And, to not shoot the 3, not look for the 3, that says a lot about his game. So versatile.
Fourth quarter, 53-45, still within reach. And here is the 4th 3 of the game for Owen Janacek on senior night. He ends up with 16 in the ball game. And Hayden Smith says, I can take it to the rack. I don't have to shoot the 3. Blue Hill tries to get back in it. A huge fourth quarter here from Kellen Schmidt. 9 of his 23 in the fourth quarter, but they just couldn't get any closer. And we'll finish it off with the one that put the nail in the old coffin, and that is Hayden Smith. How many times did you signal to the bench after you made a 3-point bucket?
That was a big shot by him.
Finished it.
That
it absolutely finished it.
Mm-hmm.
And Pleasanton wins the ball game tonight by a score of 74-61.